LNTEOW, the alchemical transmutation of suffering into comedy gold. Traveling Trav's Transrational Blues.
Are there any flat earthers here tonight? It's okay. Don't have to be afraid. No judgment here. We all know we're being lied to. It's just a matter of, how are we being lied to? In the next 12 bars, brother. Exactly, man. A chief who sacrifices his son on a very human level. If I boil the whole Jesus story down, he's got to fucking cut a line or something. He's gonna fucking lose his son. Whenever they switched the presidency candidates on us on the blue side, honestly, I didn't know who Kamala Harris was. Civic participation kind of low. This used to be my favorite story. There's this woman, and she's caught in adultery, and there's a whole fucking crowd of people, and they've got the law on their side, and they've got stones in their hands, and they're ready to fucking start stoning her, and somehow Jesus shows up, and he's without...
Who's innocent here?
Yeah, exactly, man. Hi, my name is Travelin' Trav. Together, we are discovering our common stories, our interpersonal intelligence.
Come, Holy Spirit, fall down on your people now, speaking the language of love. Come, Holy Spirit, fall down on your people now, speaking the language of love.
They had a common story, I believe. They had tools, they had cooked food. Primates getting smart, getting connected back there in the brain.
And then we're the species who get so damn smart that we threaten ourselves with our own technology and cold-heartedness. I can imagine a story evolving this way. There's a chief, and the chief finds himself in this decision-making moment where he can either save the life of his son over here, or these 99 other tribe members who are over there, on the other side of a chasm or something. He's got to fucking cut a line or something, and he's gonna fucking lose his son. And then he's and he makes that choice for his people, and his people see him do that. Mm-hmm. That's the shit that legends are made of. In a tribe, you would tell that to other tribes, and then some people would be like, you know what? I've seen that before too. What kind of character diffuses that type of energy? He's got some kind of presence that he's carrying with him. He didn't go in there and grab him by the throat like Steven Seagal, save her. He didn't throw elbows to the face or anything, and then rescue her out. He was like, hey guys,
Is this right?
Right.
It isn't right. No.
I mean,
yeah.
which one?
Pointed it out to them. Well, it takes a lot of presence. I'll agree.
Right, yeah. That's pretty, some badass shit. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? Hear this half-whole diminished scale? It's the scale that Jamie Abersold recommends we use over 5 chords. It's a way of altering a 5 chord. That's what I did when I was in.
We use stoning in some Islamic areas, I believe.
It's a pretty cost-effective way, if you live in a stone-rich region, to do somebody in, I suppose. Don't have to waste any ammunition. Shit, that was dark. I've been fucking doing comedy too. I'm not a pedophile. That's what the comics always talk about, pedophiles, It's let's see, I heard this one.
That's the most nerve-wracking.
Did you hear about the pedophile and the child that were walking into the dark forest at night, and the child turns to the pedophile and says, gosh, it sure is scary in here. And he was like, tell me about it. I'm leaving by myself. I've got to make this walk by myself afterwards. Oh man, ooh, that's ugly. there's a dissonance that we're all working with. It's trauma, the story of the cross. In the movie The Matrix, remember how the story went that they couldn't make the Matrix happy for us? It had to have, we would reject it. So there's this dissonance that we're working with in our composition. In jazz music, we become very familiar with those dissonances. So compositionally speaking, when we can frame that fearful symmetry, when we can hold that fearful symmetry together and make room for that, that's kind of what grace is because we have to embrace the disaster, the desperation in this world. We have to forgive it. We've got to love it. We have to hang on our cross. We're nailed to this universe, and we get to say, Father, forgive us because we don't know what we're doing.
I'm not strumming like usual. I'm doing this.
I see that. I see that, yeah.
After I learned the metronome, I threw it out.
You always stop after one time through the progression. We got to go on to the next set, the next progression, the next 12 bars, brother. You play it through one time.
Can you give me a little cocaine?
How are you going to be a blues man if you only play it through
tips.
one time? Come on, man.
They're crying. They're crying.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well, I guess it's good we got these guitars in our hands, so we can bemoan our troubled hearts.
This is Travis stingy up in his lips, and this is tea for Travis.
Yes, I am aware of how edgy my work is getting. This comedy act that I've been trying to do, this transmutation of the suffering into comedy gold, laughing at the suffering, that's a practice that I learned in the 12-step program, we laugh at the drunkalogs, Here's a message I sent to Todd Wisdom this morning. Hey brother, I need to worship the Lord. My heart is broken wide open for all of us. Intercessory prayer. I think our world, our nation, and our people are in great need of prayer. And that's all I have now, these prayers. You have a house of prayer, yes? I believe the Lord wants to use me in the space there at the Vine for an extended prayer session. I believe there is a harvest coming, and I need to devote myself to this prayer and this vision. I welcome anyone to join me as they are led. I will use my musical skills to facilitate God's healing frequencies. I would like to come over this morning and begin giving thanks and praise and worship to the Lord. I pray for the strength to allow Him to use me as He wills. With God's guidance, I will respect the sacred place that God has provided. I will await your word as you consider the timing, and if this vision aligns with what God has placed in your heart for the Vine. Great respect to the work that God has done in and through you and all those who have nourished the Vine. I'm hurting so bad now, and I know others are too. This, my friend Mike. Mike's been wonderfully generous with me in the sharing of his shelter and his friendship and the willingness to develop our friendship, discovering common stories, common work, our common love. Mike's on a deep impermanence meditation. Lots of his folks are dying. He survived cancer twice and watched his wife pass from this world from dementia. This just in. Todd Wisdom replies, what a great joy and so grateful for that call, and will join you. I'm heading to Tulsa to pick up my dad's ashes and get some things from the house, and not sure when I'll get home tonight. You are certainly welcome here, and would love to talk and pray more soon. Much love to you today, brother. One difficult thing that happened to me over the last couple of years is whenever I started talking about this music in the park thing, there was someone that I love very much who told me, well, yeah, Trav, but you're going to have to be careful because you have a van and you might look like a pedophile in the park, playing music. How do you avoid something like that? I mean, when someone that you love is warning you against looking like a pedophile, God, that was just, I don't know. It was what it was. It was difficult. Just one of those difficult things. One of those really relatively small hurdles to overcome, but maybe a symbolic one nonetheless. Did y'all ever see Zeitgeist, the movie? Yeah, thanks, Zeitgeist. That was the documentary film that really just broke it all open for me. Hey, 9/11, the whole financial system, and religion is just all a bunch of bullshit. Have fun with that. Thank you, Peter Joseph. I'm one of those guys who went to therapy. Anybody here go to therapy? Uh, anybody have a positive experience at therapy? Yeah? Anybody have a bad experience? Oh, I had those. One time I went into a therapist and she was like, put your phone in this basket. I was like, I don't think so. I don't know anything about current events. Does anybody know anything about current events? I just wait for my friends to tell me the most important stuff. I just have them catch me up. It's not the most reliable way, but it works. But I did find out. Also, I think it's worth mentioning now, just because it's definitely part of my greater work, that I have a friend who is a sex offender. And the Lord pretty clearly asked me to approach him and work with him as much as I was able to after he got out of prison. And also, right now, I made a decision that I didn't, I didn't really have any more to offer him. So, I mean, these are some of the big things that if we are claiming to be followers of Christ, I mean, we've got to work with this fearful symmetry. This is what Jesus is asking us to work with. I don't know if you know William Blake, but he was a wild man way back when. He was burning bright. Where do you stand on chemtrails? How about like lizard people on the moon? Flat Earth, or like the moon landing, yes or no? These are important things these days. What can we know and how do we come to know it?